New Employee Orientation. Before we get started, the information that will be shared in this video is very important for us to succeed as a team. We ask that you put away your cell phones or any items that may cause a distraction. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome to Faith Medical Services. This orientation was developed to provide you detailed information about our company, as well as to understand our policies and procedures. If you have questions or concerns about the policies, please discuss it with your care coordinator after this video. The policies stated in this handbook are subject to change at any time at the sole discretion of Faith Medical Services. From time to time, you may receive updated information regarding any changes in policies. Thank you. About us. Faith Medical Services is a private home care agency providing excellent services, skilled and non-skilled nursing, in Georgia with over 10 years of experience. We are Georgia state licensed, insured, and an active member of Georgia Association of Community Care Provider, GACCP, faithfully serving over 50 counties in Georgia. We are committed to providing quality, timely, value-driven health care to all we serve. We are a drug-free workplace. Welcome. Vision: to be a preferred provider in home healthcare industry. Mission: we achieve our goals by providing our client with quality, timely, and value-driven services with high integrity that respects individual needs and uniqueness. Core values: diversified and specialized services. On-site visitation. We provide ongoing staff training. Prompt response with excellent customer service. 24-hour on-call emergency contact. Experienced and professional team. Our office is open Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., closed for lunch from 12 noon to 12:50 p.m. daily. Our after-hours answering service is available for emergency contact at 770-907-7226, 24 hours a day. Our Code of Ethics. Code of Ethics. You are not allowed to use the client's car for personal reasons, consume the client's food or beverage, use the client's telephone for personal calls, discuss political, religious beliefs, or personal problems with the client, accept gifts or financial gratuities, tips from the client or client's representative, lend money or other items to the client, borrowing money or other items from the client or client representative. Sell gifts, food, or other items to or for the client. Purchase items for the client unless directed in the client care plan. Bring other visitors to client's home, children, friends, relatives, etc. Smoke in client's home with or without permission. Report to duty under the influence of alcohol or drugs. Sleep in the client's home unless ordered in service plan. Remain in the client's home after services have been rendered. Falsify client's records, timesheets. Not report any unusual changes or events with the client during work hours. Client's right and responsibilities. Right of access to accurate and easy to understand information. Right to be treated with respect and to maintain one's dignity and individuality. Right to voice grievances and complaints regarding treatment or care that is furnished or not furnished without fear of retaliation, discrimination, coercion, or reprisal. Right to a choice of approved service provider or providers. Right to accept or refuse services. Right to be informed of the complaint procedures and the right to submit complaints without fear of discrimination or retaliation and to have them investigated by provider within a reasonable period of time. Right of confidentiality of all information and client records. Right to be informed of and participate in preparing care plan and any changes in the plan. Right to be advised that the client and the responsible party, if applicable, must advise the provider of any changes in the client's condition or any events that affect the client's service needs. Right to be informed of the name, business telephone numbers, and business address of the person overseeing the services and how to contact that person. Right to be advised in advance of provider or providers who will furnish care and the frequency and duration of visits ordered. Right to have property and residence treated with respect. Right to be fully and promptly informed of any cost share liability and the consequences if any cost share is not paid. Right to review members' records on request. Right to receive adequate and appropriate services without discrimination. Right to be free from mental, verbal, sexual, and physical abuse, neglect, exploitation, isolation, corporal or unusual punishment, including interference with daily functions of living. Right to be free from chemical or physical restraints. Our policies and procedures. Job abandonment policy. To all Faith Medical Services employees, we greatly appreciate you and thank you for your dedication and commitment to our clients. An employee who is unable to report to work at the designated times is required to notify the care coordinator at 770-907-7226. After hours, call the same number and ask for the on-call coordinator. Zero tolerance for no-call, no-show. You must be in an extreme medical condition which would not allow you to call into work. If this is not adhered to, you will be recommended for termination. For all non-emergency call-outs, we ask that you call 2 weeks in advance so that we can have coverage for the client. Remember, our client is dependent upon us. We can't care for them if we are not there. You must notify the agency at least 4 hours prior to the beginning of your scheduled shift in the event you are unable to work for emergency situations only. The office will notify you 2 hours prior to the beginning of your scheduled shift in the event that the client no longer is in need of our services. Remember that no shift is guaranteed by the client or agency. Please contact the office immediately if you arrive for a scheduled shift and find that you have been canceled. Not notifying Faith Medical Services of an absence will be considered as having voluntarily resigning as a result of job abandonment. Only one call-out will be allowed per month with documentation. If you call out due to an unplanned appointment, you must bring in documentation of your absence but must notify us in a timely manner. Employees who fail to report to work upon accepting an assignment will be penalized and recommended for poor work ethics. If policies are not adhered to, disciplinary actions will be taken up to termination of the employee. Employees with excessive callouts will be removed from the client's home assignment. If you quit an assignment without proper notification, 2 weeks' notice, or call out more than once a month, your pay will be decreased to the current minimum wage.
You need to know about our attendance tracker here at Faith Medical Services. We use an occurrence system and listen on to know how it works. Occurrences. Each time an employee has an unscheduled absence or fails to report to work, it will result in 1 occurrence. 5 occurrences are considered excessive. Once an employee has reached 5 occurrences, the employee will be called in for a meeting to discuss the occurrences and how we as an employer can help. During this review, if you have any documentation about previous absences, you can bring it in, and at management discretion, occurrences may be removed. An absence that spans over multiple days for the same reason will be counted as 1 occurrence. Lateness. 2 late clock-ins will result in 1 occurrence. Excuses with no occurrence. Jury duty with documentation. Childbirth. Car accident, military duty, bereavement with obituary, explanations at the supervisor's discretion. Note, over 5 occurrences is ground for removal from your assignment. In a rolling 6-month period, the oldest occurrence will roll off.
Please ensure before accepting an assignment to discuss with your coordinator on the client's diagnosis, if the client is male or female, list of duties, and the total distance time from your home to the client's home. Ensure to go over your client care plan whenever you are on an assignment. Go over your job descriptions and refer any questions you may have to your care coordinator. You are not allowed to change the schedule on the care plan unless otherwise instructed by your supervisor. If the client wants a schedule change, please notify the supervisor, who will follow the appropriate process with a Medicaid case manager. Violations to this rule can lead to being suspended from your assignment. You are not allowed to provide services if they are in hospital or out of home. When the clients give you funds, checks for errands, ensure to fill out the authorization and consent form provided in your orientation package. No exceptions, as this is to protect you in case of any confusion. The nurse, aide, shall work the mutually agreed upon schedule as arranged between the client, the aide, and Faith Medical Services, Inc. The aide will abide by the prearranged schedule unless excused due to an accident, illness, or events which would excuse any nurse aide from reporting for duty in a similar situation. You must be on time to all assignments. If you are running late, please call your supervisor first before calling the client. You must be allowed up to 4 weeks to be reassigned to another case if you are removed from your case with no violations on your part. Any employee that violates the company's policies will be terminated and not reassigned to another case. Dress code policy. We expect all employees to present a neat and clean professional appearance always. All employees must wear nursing scrubs, uniforms. Your appearance is the first impression of you. Fingernails should be active length. Your name badge is a part of your uniform and must be worn at all times. Proper shoes must be worn, no open-toe shoes. Hair should be natural color. Jewelry is to be kept down to a minimum, no large hoops. Background checks, drug screening policy. All employees must consent to a background check upon acceptance of employment. Payroll, mileage, transportation, clock-in, name badge, fraud alert. To receive a direct deposit, fill the required form and attach a voided check or bank letter. We offer pay cards at no cost to you if needed. No exceptions. Direct deposits take at least 2 or more pay cycles before it becomes active depending on your bank. The pay period begins Sunday and it ends Saturday. The first 90 days of employment will be a probationary period. Overages. Caregivers are required to stay on duty for the time that they are assigned. Do not stay overtime. You will only be paid for the time assigned only. If asked by the client to stay overtime, confirm this with the office before staying, as some overages may have to be pre-authorized. Wages are not to be discussed with clients or other employees. Patients' rights are to be respected at all times. Wages are to be discussed with Faith Medical Services at the time the assignments are given. Transportation. You are required to transport the clients 1 time a week as part of your duties. If your client needs more than 1 time, please discuss with your supervisor immediately. We pay verified mileage for running errands or transporting clients after the required once a week. This has some restrictions, so it is important you discuss with your supervisor. Please note that when you transport clients with your car, they have a signed waiver of any liability as a result on file with us, so you are covered. Cell phone confidentiality policy. Limit cell phone usage in client's home. Faith Medical Services recognizes that employees may have an emergency call which they need to receive or place. In all cases, personal calls should be minimal, whether the calls are placed or received. Therefore, abuse is subject to disciplinary action following normal company procedures. Do not discuss the client and their affairs with anyone. HIPAA law. Do not discuss your personal issues as well as the company's issues and affairs in the client's home. Be professional always. Non-compete policy. Ethical practices. No employee may take a client from our company or work a client after termination from us for 1 year and within a 20-mile radius, nor compete with, solicit service, or utilize clients, and shall not own, manage, operate, or control directly or indirectly any business similar to that of the owner. Violators will be penalized. Incidents reporting procedure. All aides are to report occurrences as soon as they happen, no matter how small it may look, after making necessary phone calls like 911 or call the nearest family member for help. Also, call the office immediately. All non-emergency situation must be reported within 24 hours. Call the office for medically related issues like injury, fall, hospital, skin conditions, changes in client's medical status, client refusing services. Report any incidents even if it happened while you were off duty as soon as you become aware of it. Please note that reporting an incident's occurrence is a safety issue. It protects you, the client, and Faith Medical Service. Remember, you cannot provide services to a client when they are out of home except if it is pre-approved by your supervisor. We provide home services. Emergency procedures. Making emergency calls for all clients if needed will be calling 911, performing CPR, first aid if needed, calling client's emergency contact, calling your supervisor at Faith Medical Services at 770-907-7226 or 678-851-1284. Send a written report within 24 hours of the incident. Infection control. Use universal precautions at all times while working in the client's home. These precautions are no different than what you have already learned while working in a hospital or nursing home setting. Always wash your hands before preparing food or after loading the washer. Remember to wear gloves and wash your hands afterwards when cleaning, assisting a client with personal care, changing linens, or diaper. Gloves should be worn. We supply you gloves, and the area decontaminated according to institutional policy. If not specified, a freshly made solution of 1 part chlorine bleach to 9 parts water can be used. Credentials. Credentials. As a part of our pre-employment screening, employees are required to submit copies of the following and continue to update when expired. Failing to do so will result in removal from assignment. Driver's license, Social Security card, CNA license certification, and verification from Board of Registration in Nursing to confirm any actions have been taken against your nursing license, CPR and first aid trainings, current TB tests, background investigation, credentials update and in-service trainings. All certifications must and will be updated in a timely manner. No exceptions. CPR and first aid trainings. TB tests, renewable every year and every 10 years for chest x-rays. Letters will be sent out at the beginning of the month, as well as phone calls being made to ensure the certifications are updated in a timely manner or be removed from your assignment. It is your responsibility to update your credentials, otherwise you will be removed from your assignment or assignments. In-service training. Employees are encouraged to participate in approved continuing training programs in order to keep their skills current and to enhance their careers. Every employee must have state mandatory 8 hours per year.
Career and growth. You can grow with us. Let us know if you are in school to become an LPN or RN or even medical assistant. Reach out to our retention specialist at 770-907-7226, option 0, for job opportunities with Faith Medical Services. Our referral program. We offer $75 referral fee for any client you refer to us. We offer $25 to $35 for each employee referral. The service must be initiated to qualify.
This concludes this portion of orientation. At this time, you may ask your orientation instructor any questions you may have before proceeding with timesheets. Thank you for your interest in Faith Medical Services. We look forward to a wonderful time working with you. Please ensure to go over the employee policies and procedures as well as the handbook in your orientation package. The handbook serves as your quick reference and guide while working with us. Thank you.